with the big girls again. What is all this trash?
Fat girl just looking so sweet. Fat girl don't make it easy. Fat girl just shake it, don't speak. Big girl, let me see you do a thing. Let me see you touch the ground. Shake it up, back down. Drop me in the house. Burn it all back. Work it, work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 like you around. Fat girl keep going so quick. Fat girl just move the damn hip. Fat girl keep down, don't stop. Fat girl wanna see the pop. Shake it down, fat girl, shake it fast. Fat girl nigga wanna see that. Fat girl bounce like a pro. Fat girl go what you know. Fat girl shake, see you run through what? And the web gets hard part two. Looks in the house, y'all know the game. Fat girl don't have no shit. Shake that back, bounce to the beat. Fat girl shake it, jiggle like me. St. Louis, back to the top. Like I like to do the ride. Work it, work it, work it, big girl, 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 like do the ride. Hey, hey, and more hey. Let me hear you say hey, hey, and more hey. Big girls like to do the ride. Shake, work, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, shake, work, shake, work, shake, work, shake, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground, to the ground.
Now sick of this. Now I want to show y'all a real show with the big girls.
Oh, fat girl, part 3. Can't hang with 100% beat. Fat girl know the happen, don't quit. Fat girl run like you own it. Put your hands on your hips and grip it. Nothing new, I'm loose like it off the that. Fat girl bring through the top of the climb. If not, I'ma pull the business down. Fat girl bounce hot, stop tripping. If you do get chicken and hot bitch with a lot of rock, come to the night speed. I really shit get the dead in the world cheese. Bounce fat girl, show the boys a shot. Let me see if the fat or not. Don't put fat girl, y'all like the damn nigga. Let me see y'all do the rap.
I'm serious. Where you are? Not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing?
Big girl, 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 big girl.
Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass. Yo, what up, y'all? This is your boy, Uncle Luke, yours truly. I'm live in the backyard today. I figured I'd come back here and, because it's beautiful outside. And I figured that, hey, man, get out the regular studio, come in the backyard, chill out, let you all see the scenery in the back. You see the scenery in the back. This is my sanctuary back here. This is where I hang out at. This is where I come to reminisce. This is where I come to, every now and then bring a little something here to. No, I'm just saying. No. We don't violate the crib. We don't violate the crib. We don't do things that we're supposed to be doing in the hotel in the crib. We don't do that. But I'd like to welcome y'all to another edition of yours truly, the Uncle Luke Show podcast, right here on all of my networks. Not my Instagram, not my TikTok, because Instagram is too complicated to bring it live on Instagram. But we are live on X. We're live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Shouts out to all the beautiful people over there on my YouTube channel. Hey, look, man, y'all need to go over there. Some great content over there. Uncle Luke TV, the YouTube channel. And we over there on X and we on Facebook. My
Facebook fan page. It's very important that you join in. Join, like, share, subscribe, do all that beautiful stuff because we talk some good shit. I keep it a buck. I'm sorry. I keep it 1,000. A lot of people can't handle the stuff, the things that I talk about, which is understandable. I understand. Can't handle it, but it is what it is. I was supposed to be on here at 5:15, but I just couldn't sit back here in this beautiful yard and just sit my ass back. It's just so many things on my mind today. It is so many things on my mind. I gotta, it reminds me of when I created the album, I got shit on my mind. It reminds me of that. And when I got shit on my mind, I got to get it off my mind because other than that, man, I'll be sitting up in this motherfucker, man, just thinking it just runs me crazy. I'll be losing my mind, and I just be wanting to talk about it, because in this country, as we know, I mean, we got a lot of shit going on, whether it's NBA basketball, people out here fucking betting on games, and we got all kind of wild shit happening in that situation. Shouts out to the people in Jamaica, my father's home country. I'm praying that you guys get well and get yourself together. Some organizations reached out to me and they want me to be a part of helping out. And I told any organization, if there's any organization that's listening and they want yours truly, Uncle Luke, to help out, I'm here to help out. The good folks in the islands of Jamaica and any of the Caribbean islands, that was hit by the hurricane Melissa. We can't, people don't understand when a hurricane hits, it is devastating. It tears up everything. It tears up the entire fabric of your community. It tears into your house. It takes your roof off. It sucks the life out of a building. It sucks the life out of a country as well as a community. People die. They get unalive. And, it is horrible. And then you have a good, 3 or 4 months of living with no power. I've seen people in Andrew where they had to cook on rocks, where the whole entire houses were missing. So when people go through those type of things, living here in South Florida, we understand that. We understand that. Thank God it didn't hit us, but it hit the islands. And it's all of our jobs, as good people to support those good folks over in the island of Jamaica and any other island that it hit along this way of its past, because you never know, next year it could be us. But I just like to thank you guys for coming out. I know y'all get ready for trick or treat, so I have to give you some tricks and some treats. I know you are getting ready for it. You got your costumes on. Are you sitting there getting ready while you're listening to the Uncle Luke podcast and you sitting there saying to yourself, what the fuck is he getting ready to talk about? He is live in his backyard. If an alligator comes up behind me, I want y'all to scream, Luke, alligator, alligator in the back, alligator in the back. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to fight that motherfucker. I'm going to swing on that fucking alligator. Boom, 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 boom. I did box Golden Glove. That's why I don't have problems getting in fights. When I was a little younger, I stayed in a little touch 'em up situation. But right now, I want y'all to let me know where y'all from. I always start the show off with saying where you from, because that's me giving my good friend Uncle Al a tribute, because he always say, where you from? Where you at? And so right now, put in the comments, let me know where you guys are from, and then we'll just, hey, look, we'll just sit there and handle that. And I'll put y'all on the comments down here, and I'll let y'all see what we're talking about and what we're doing. But at the end of the day, let's get into it. It's real interesting. And then later on, I'm going to tease a big show coming, a big podcast coming. I'm not going to tell you who it's with. It's going to be with me and somebody else. And when I tell you, when this podcast hit, it's going to be nothing like it on podcast networks. I don't hate on other people's podcasts. I want you to continue looking at their podcasts. But this shit here that we're getting ready to do, this shit here is going to be epic and all epic proportions. You are not going to understand what the fuck is really happening. But I'm just going to let y'all know. It's going to happen. But today we're going to get into some sports, entertainment, and politics. You know, as you know, government is still shut down. Shouts out to all those people who are suffering right now, who are not getting paid, all those governmental employees. Y'all hold on. Y'all hold on. These assholes on both sides of the aisle, I don't care. I'm not taking any side, but both sides of the aisle, you would think some grown men and some women, grown women will look and think about people who are getting directly affected by the governmental shutdown. You know, these people who can't pay their rent. You know, they got kids, want to go enjoy themselves on Halloween, you know, and they got to just cut back because they don't know when this fucking thing is going to end. And then that airport shit, I mean, that is bananas. I came from Atlanta last week in the airport. That shit was horrible. It was one fucking line open in the clear line. You had standards and clear, and both people had to go through the same thing, line around the corner. Amazing. I mean, it is for these governmental employees who are still getting paid, Democrats or Republicans, for you guys to be sitting up there bullshitting, who should not be getting paid. If there's a governmental shutdown, them should be the first motherfuckers that shouldn't get paid, because that would incentivize them to do what? Open this motherfucker up, because it will directly affect them and their families. Because when you're a congressman or a congresswoman, the people don't pay their rent. The people don't pay their bills. They have to get to Washington. They have to pay the bills at home. They have to fly to Washington. They have to live there part-time. They have to pay their own fucking bills. And if you hit them in their fucking pockets, that will incentivize them to do what? To open up the fucking government, or don't get us put in these predicaments, because they would be putting in the same predicament. But for them to be getting their money right now, while all these people out there suffering right now, can't even pay their bills, make ends meet. And then you talk about on November 1st, on Monday, you're going to get rid of SNAP. I'm going to get into that shit. I'm going to get into that. Because what people, let me just do that right now. I normally start out with sports, but what people don't understand is, you know, all these newspaper articles and all this shit, you know, as soon as they start talking about SNAP benefits and they talking about health care, they flash a black person up on the screen as if you're really affecting black people. And so a lot of idiot white people who are not on SNAP, who voted for these idiots, have a tendency of thinking, oh, yeah, well, we just getting ready. Niggas need to go out there and get them a motherfucking job. It's them. We're fucking with the black people. No, you're not. You are not fucking with black people, because more white people are on SNAP. Hello? More seniors are on SNAP. Hello? Last time I checked, SNAP is not the benefit to give to illegal immigrants. They can't get on it. So you let these people make you believe that you're affecting black people's lives. Yes, a lot of black people are on SNAPs, but a lot of college students are on SNAP as well. You didn't think about that. You got senior citizens, you got college students, and the majority of people on SNAP, on food stamps, is white people. And most of those white people are in rural areas. So when you have a jackass like a Tommy Tuberville to get on there and say, oh, I think the little black people need to go and fucking get them a job in the inner city. They need to go get a job. That's Tommy Tuberville misleading his own constituents in the state of Alabama, because most of them motherfuckers are on SNAP. Most of them white people in the rural area is on SNAP. So he bullshitting people. And then now, okay, the government is being shut down because the Democrats don't want the health care taken away. You know who's on Obamacare? Most of the Republicans are on Obamacare. That's why you see Marjorie saying, fuck this shit. So they make it seem like in Congress, on either side that, oh yeah, it's the black people we're affecting. And so white people fall into the trap of thinking that you're only affecting black people. No, when in all actuality, we only represent 13% of the fucking America. And you're really affecting your own people. But in the Republican Party, they prey on the uneducated. If you look at the Republican Party, they're the party of people who prey on the uneducated. They get off on that shit. Like the uneducated motherfuckers. We are getting them out there to go vote because if they feel like those people are uneducated, they feel like they can be easily to be influenced. Like thinking that you're really fucking with black people because you're cutting off the food stamps. And then the media falls right into the same trap because they get the camera, pull it up to the black person's face and say, how are you going to do when they're going to cut your food stamps off? It's like, oh, I got all these babies and shit. No, take that motherfucker to the trailer park. Take that motherfucking camera to the trailer park. Take that camera to the people who are directly being affected by SNAP. Take that camera to the white people, to the white students that are in college who's slick enough to go and apply. That's what you do. That's what the fuck you do. You do that. But they don't do that. So they give you this impression that it's all black people on fucking food stamps. No. The mass majority of white people are on fucking food stamps. That's who on the fucking food stamps. That's who they fucking with. Meanwhile, them the ones who voted for them, and they're going to continue voting for them, and they know that they're easy to be influenced. They get on Fox News, they go to talking that old wild shit, and they think they're fucking with black people. Speaking of fucking with black people, now Governor Ron DeSantis started off last year, oh, fuck this, I'm getting rid of all this goddamn black education, black history is making white kids feel some kind of way, and I'm not fucking with that, and we're going to take that out of the schools, and state of Florida, you will not be able to fucking talk about black history, and blah, 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 and we ain't talking about black history, but this is what this motherfucker did the other day. Check this out.
So today, announcing a partnership with Turning Point. We want to make sure that all high schools in Florida, anybody in a high school that wants to start a state Club America chapter will be able to do so. There shouldn't be any impediments to that, and certainly no discrimination. We're not going to allow that. And any school or school district that does try to discriminate, that man right there will probably first send you a nastygram and then drop the hammer. So that will happen. And so this was founded earlier this year, but Club America is a new student-led organization designed to mobilize high schoolers to advocate for American values, freedom, free enterprise, and limited government. And obviously, Charlie started out as one of the lone voices on university campuses talking about those back in the day.
Think about this shit. I'm sorry. I know my mic was off. Now you can, Governor Ron DeSantis allowing you to have your own little Charlie Kirkers. You can have your own little Charlie Kirkers. Now you can't talk about black history, but you can go in there and talk about American history according to Charlie fucking Kirk. Now make that make sense. This the guy who says, black people, all you black motherfuckers are only getting jobs because of affirmative action and because of DEI. This is the motherfucker that said Martin Luther King was a whore. This is the motherfucker that said, he feels some kind of way when black people are flying an airplane. So now Ron DeSantis wants to fuck that in the schools. Make that make sense. But you don't want to talk about Black history. So you want to talk about white history in Charlie Kirk's way. You want that to be sold to kids. But you don't want to talk about slavery because that makes kids feel uncomfortable in the state of Florida, because we don't want kids feeling uncomfortable talking about Black history. So let's make this make sense. So talking about white history and the way Charlie Kirk talks about it doesn't make Black kids feel uncomfortable, Mr. Governor? Hello, Mr. Governor. I guess everybody's scared of you too. Boogeyman, Republican boogeymans. We're gonna come get you and put you, we're gonna come get you. That's the problem with America right now. Everybody's scared to talk. It's not, we don't have free, First Amendment hasn't been taken away. It has been taken away because everybody's scared. Because if you say something like what I'm saying, they're in fear that the government is going to come after you and put you in jail, and the people are not going to rise up and say that this is wrong. What's the difference between us when they put Mandela in jail in South Africa? You know who Daddy was a part of that. You know who Daddy was a part of that. Just use your mind. You know who Daddy was a part of apartheid. Just use your mind. Use your imagination. I like people to go do your own research. Fucking motherfuckers. Fuck that. Shouts out to my girl D from D Love Sports. Beautiful lady out there.
Hi.
Oh, hello, how you doing? You look beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm over here cracking up at you.
You're laughing at me. Why are you laughing at me? You're laughing at me because I'm talking about fucking Ron DeSantis, Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, all these people, all your favorite people, and you are a governmental employee. I'm mad because you are not at fucking work because I need you to be getting your check. I'm about to send you a fucking care package or something. Do I need to send you
I appreciate that. Sure. I'll take anything at this point.
I mean,
I'll take it all. Gas cards, care packages, whatever. Gift cards to eat. I don't care at this point.
Fuck it. Let's just open up a GoFundMe for D. She's a governmental employee. We're going to open up a GoFundMe. I want everybody to fucking make donations and all that shit. We got to get her take care. We got to take care of our governmental employee. I haven't been doing enough. I've not been doing enough to help out my fellow governmental employees who are out there, not working, and I got to do that. Shit.
I think it's interesting because, now all the uproar is about SNAP benefits, and don't get me wrong, I'm very disturbed by the fact that, people could go hungry. There's the potential for people to go hungry here, but it's like the government employees are about to go on their second full paycheck of not getting paid. Like, they didn't get a full one 2 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, they didn't get a full one. They didn't get one paycheck at all 2 weeks ago. And then next week will be an additional paycheck miss. So, and it's the first of the month, bills are due. And I think that it is unfortunate that there are people out there that think this is 100% okay. So, just prayers out there to everyone that is, struggling right now. I know it's hard, and I know these words aren't going to get the bills paid, but I'm with you.
Yeah, exactly. I know you are.
Yeah.
See, that's the beautiful part about it, because it's tough, and I know you're living it right now. You're living it in the flesh. A lot of people get on here and go to talking about it, but then at the end of the day, when you have a governmental employee that's sitting right here on the show, and but you are doing you okay. I know you have a few coins, because if I got to send you some money, I got no problem with that. I got to hold your hand. We and then I know you make so much money. You're not on food stamps. So I don't need to see no food card.
Yeah, I'm okay there, but listen, it's crazy. You live I was blessed to live a comfortable life. It's not as comfortable as it was. And I just feel for all of the people out there that have families and like multiple mouths to feed and maybe just one income coming in. So, those are the people that's the problem I think with America right now is like people are so concerned about themselves and no sympathy or compassion for other people. And I feel like that's why we're in this space right now, because people really refuse to think about other people and other people's lives. And we just need a lot more compassion right now.
Right. All those government employees, y'all hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. And just remember, I want y'all to remember, and we're going to move on to another topic. I want y'all to remember that these fuckers are the ones who put you guys in this situation. These people, you know what I'm saying? And we need, my opinion, just all of them, all these politicians go. Just get rid of all of them, because I done went on a rant already. I don't want to go back down that line, but then I got to ask you this here. What do you think about Chris Grier getting fired? The Dolphins issued a statement today saying that they fired Chris Grier. That's this the beautiful letter that they come up with, and they say, look, we're gonna part our ways with Mr. Grier, and he's gonna go his way. We're gonna go our way. And is it another case of, how when you look at the movie, and when you look at a movie, you see a black star and you see the white stars, and it's a horror movie, it's a shoot 'em up movie, and the first person gets shot and killed off in the movie or the sitcom is the black person. Is this what's going on here?
I think this is something that had to be done, right? I think they have committed to the fact that Mike McDaniel is going to be there for the rest of the season. I was told, I'm not 100% how true this is, that Mr. Ross left the game early yesterday, and I was like, yeah, he left the game early so he could go take a nap because somebody's getting fired in the morning. I didn't know who exactly, but I still feel like they are doubling down on the fact that Mike McDaniel is sticking around through the end of the season, and so somebody had to get it. They're saying it's a mutual situation, so all that means is we respect you enough to say you're not fired. And we've had a conversation to be like, okay, look, something's not working. And they've had that kind of conversation.
They need a scapegoat, because let's keep it a buck. If you look at this Dolphin roster before Tyreek Hill got injured, this is not a Carolina Panther roster. This is not some New York Jets roster. This is not a Arizona Cardinals roster. This was a roster that Grier put together.
Yes.
That Grier put together.
He paid a lot of money.
Free agent and all that. At the end of the day, I mean, how much control isn't it the job of the GM to put together a sound roster, and now it's the job of the coach to coach the team up? And that's how it's supposed to work. Why does the GM get fired first?
I think this situation, the GM has had, he's been there since 2000 and what? How long he's been there?
Well, he's been there, this 26 years for him, but he's been the GM for, I think, 9 years.
Okay, 9 years at the GM.
9 years, no playoff win. 9 years, no playoff win.
Yeah, I think that's it. You had a coach that has taken this team to the playoffs, back-to-back seasons, and it's like, well, we know the coach can coach a team. It must be, I don't know. I really don't have the answers to why why it's him, but I just know that someone had to go, and because they chose him, maybe there's something behind the scenes that was going on, that he was okay with leaving, and that they were like, okay, we'll make a change here. So,
all right, so I'm gonna play the game of trick or treat when we talk about these different topics, and then I'm gonna ask you whether it's a trick or it's a treat. Okay. So in this case of Chris Grier getting fired, is it a trick or is it a treat for Miami Dolphin fans?
I think it's a trick. Like, it's a trick to kind of to calm you guys down, to be like, okay, somebody got fired. But at the end of the day, you still got to deal with what this team is going to be putting out the field for the rest of the season, which hasn't been good, no matter who's the GM. The GM is not out there playing football. He's out there putting up together a roster. You guys paid Tua to be the guy. I don't know what he's saying after all these games, but it ain't making sense to people in these press conferences. He hasn't been able to give you a full great season because of, concussions and injuries and stuff like that. And this is the full, you had him all season, and this is the output, leading the league in interceptions.
Is it a trick or treat to keep Mike McDaniels? Is it a trick or is it a treat? Are they tricking us in keeping Mike McDaniels? Or
I
is
think
it a treat? Because he's
it's
the boss.
Low-key the treat. It's a treat for us. It's a treat for us because we're gonna have some type of comic relief. I don't think that he had a horrible play calling game yesterday. I really think it came down to execution. The Miami Dolphins players put themselves in some bad situations. So I don't think there were some situations where I think he could have called or went for it with some points, not those fourth down calls, the timeout, and then you running on 3rd and 6. Like there's some things I was just like, what? But overall, I think he called a decent game, and they were very dominant in the first half. They just weren't able to get in the end zone.
Well, I guess it's a sound like you saying it's a treat.
Yeah, it's a treat.
It's a treat. Speaking of tricks and treats, your Maryland Terps got Indiana coming with the Indiana Cuban quarterback from Miami. They're coming into Maryland to do what? Is it a trick or treat? I guess I ask you that after you tell me how you think this game is going to end up. Is it going to be an upset? Is Loxley going to upset them?
That's what I hope. The reality is they have the Indiana is playing phenomenal football, and they have beaten everyone that has beaten Maryland. So that is the difficult call here. But the Maryland defense, I'm gonna highlight them boys because they are in the top of the college football league with takeaways. They have 10+ takeaways. So again, like I said, when they played Wisconsin, of course everybody dogs Wisconsin. They can take the ball away. And if they can do that with Indiana, no matter the outcome, they're going to make a statement for themselves. And they're going to continue, they're going to stay on top of the league of takeaways. So I think this is definitely, they've had some tough losses. They have lost 3 in a row. And this is going to be, what have you learned? What have you learned from those 3 losses that can make you this better team? And I feel like they've gotten better after each loss in the fourth quarter. That is their arch nemesis, the fourth quarter. If they can stay in this battle, I think they'll be all right.
So I see all these hot seat boards, and I keep seeing Loxley's name on there. You're in Maryland, you cover the team. Is it a hot seat situation, or is it just internet bullshit?
I personally don't think he should be in the hot seat, just given the turnover. You have people that have been watching Maryland forever. Loxley's been there, 9 years? So he's been there, is it 7 years? 7 years, 9 years? Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting it mixed up, but he's been there long enough for people to feel like they should have something accomplished. But there's such a high turnover, and you have so many young people. I talk about the 64 guys on this roster that are new here, and I think they've done and shown how talented they are, and they're nowhere near their peak. So I think that because of that and their chemistry and them having a new AD, and they still and Loxley has a hold over this community, over this, this corridor of the DMV, that I feel like they feel that, and they know that he's a guy that can get the Maryland guys, the top talent, to stay home and play for the Terps. So that's why I feel like his seat ain't hot. It may be a little warm, but I don't think it's hot like they talking about.
So is it a trick or treat that Maryland get an upset tomorrow?
That would be a treat if they get an upset. That's an absolute treat.
Okay, well, shit, that was easy.
Absolute treat.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, we're playing trick or treat today with D. We're playing trick or treat with the beautiful D. And if you got any trick or treats that you want to, you all can chime in the chat, and I'll put you on here. You know, if I ask you a question, what is the trick or treat, you can put it on there. But speaking of tricks and treats in college football, I'm gonna play this clip of this numbnut, and you tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
The first question is absolutely correct. We are not going down a failed path. And I wanted to tell you something. This is a pattern. The guy that's here now that wrote that contract cost Texas A&M $70-something million. Right now, we got a $53 million liability. We are not doing that again. And you know what? I believe that we're going to find a great coach. I mean, maybe we'll let President Trump pick it. He loves winners. You know, I'm not going to be picking the next coach. But I can promise you, we're going to pick a coach, and we're going to make sure that that coach is successful. And we're going to make sure that he's compensated properly. And we're going to put metrics on it. Because I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country. And then leaving the taxpayers on the foot, to foot the bill. So, yeah, absolutely.
So let me just say this before we get into this trick or treat.
They said it ain't no sports and politics. It's politics and sports. That's what they told me.
Yeah, that's what they told you. Let me just, because a lot of people weren't educated, I think I had to say that in a post to help people out because they were like, "Yo, what the fuck is he talking about? Da da da. Why he can't fire the coach and all that?" In all actuality, people, yes, he can. Not directly, but indirectly, because if there's a state school, if the school is a state school, then the governor, and that's why I keep telling people elections have consequences, the governor of that state gets to elect the board of governors for each college in your state. And then the board of governors then vote in who's the president. So in all actuality, yes, he can then go in and say, hey, look here, board of governors, get rid of that motherfucker. That's why I think you might be hearing some rumblings of the athletic director stepping down because he could see the smoke coming. Because when the governor says to the board of directors, the board of governors, hey, look, I want that motherfucker gone. And they don't normally do what this guy just did. They don't normally do that. They normally call up the president. The governor called the president. Hey, president, I'm not feeling this dude here. And the president get the motherfucking cue. Okay, he got to go because if you don't clip him, I am going to clip you. And that's how it normally happens. So speaking of sports and politics, yes, it is somewhat intertwined. But how do you feel about this governor getting involved as if he knows who to hire, what to hire, how to hire when it comes to sports? Do you think that should play a role?
I think he said that he don't really know what he's doing in that department, but he, again, all people care about is winning. And that is something that I know has money tied to it, but I think that's where college football fails. And it fails these kids because it's all about winning. It's no longer about developing and ensuring these kids get their goals accomplished. And that's my biggest issue with college football is it's just tied to sometimes unrealistic metrics. And he said we got to put metrics on it. Like what are those metrics going to be? Are they going to be associated with guys that are going to the league? No, it's just going to be a tied to wins and losses, and that's the metric.
And the crazy part about it in his press conference, I didn't play the rest of it because I just don't even like how he talked. In the rest of the press conference, he talked about agents and the agents controlling it and how to control the agents and all that. He's not talking about it. He's only see if he knew better, he wouldn't have said that. Because there's only one agent that controls all the top coaches in the NFL and in the NCAA, and that guy name is Jimmy Sexton. I call him Big Sexy. Jimmy controls all the top coaches.
Yay.
So if you want to talk that wild ass cash money shit to Jimmy and then Jimmy block you out and you don't be able to get a coach, and now you end up with a G5 coach. You can't be talking that wild shit to Jimmy, because Jimmy will then, when they go to call Jimmy up, it was like, nah, your governor talking too much slick shit. And I am not going to put no metrics or no wins and losses on my contracts. You just won't get a top of the line coach. And that's what's going to end up happening. So he really just talking smack. He's just talking that bullshit. And somebody need to pipe his ass down, this little puppy.
How long has he been there? I don't know. I'm not familiar with him. I don't know how long he's been governor. I don't know when his term is up, or, when he, because these are temporary positions. You can't be governor forever.
No, you can't be governor forever. But speaking about politics, and I know you don't like talking too much about politics, but before we go back, because I want to talk a little more sports, but I want to, speaking of governor, president, and all this, I was looking at TikTok. I'll be strolling on there trying to find you on there talking, because you have some interesting conversations. Make sure y'all check out D Love Sports on TikTok and all of our platforms, every platform. Listen. I saw this and it made me say, when Kamala Harris is doing an interview with this young man, but y'all check it out and tell me what y'all think about it, especially in the chat. Tell me where this is really going.
The president calls. And I was told that he wanted to call me so that I'd be ready. And I was so sure it was to buck me up and go get him. And he did say that for the first beat. And then he went on to talk about a group of people in Pennsylvania who were saying bad things about me because they heard I was saying bad things about him. And when I hung up the phone, it was unbelievable. And I was angry and deeply disappointed. It was so unnecessary. There are only two people in the world other than me that has debated this guy, Hillary Clinton and him. And you know what it's like. It's going into a debate with the stakes being that high, and Trump hadn't agreed to another debate. The stakes were so high. So that's an example of what I mean.
So the question, and I cut it off at the beginning, did she feel like Joe Biden had her back? The original part of the question, and I kind of started it a little early. I didn't, and so she was talking about a time right before a debate when Joe Biden called her up, thinking that she was getting ready to get this cheer up, let's go powwow speech. But then he started talking about some he say, she say shit, and him thinking that you should realize it's almost like a coach when you get ready to go into a game. You don't call, and you're a coach. You don't call the person at a certain point because they're locked in, focused on the game. Yeah. She's locked in, focused on getting ready to do what? Debate this crazy man who comes from all over the place. It's a big game that she get ready to get the play.
She should have had somebody take that call. She should have had somebody. I don't care. I know it's technically your boss, girl, but you should have been like, take a message. Take a message.
You think she should have just took a message? But yeah, this man still is just sitting.
I mean, hindsight, yes. You think you supposed to.
You can't take a message from the president of the United States. And you're still.
I get it. I get it. That's your boss. Hindsight, you probably wish you would have taken the message, but like you can be tunnel vision. Like she's so tunnel vision. She just does not want to be bothered. She's so focused. Doug, that's her husband's name. Doug's gonna be like, look, Joe, what's up? Like. I can relay the message to her because she is locked in right now.
She thought he was getting ready to give her.
I know she did. And I wish that he did. And I wish that he did. 100%.
He knew where she was at. Get ready to go do a debate with crazy man.
That just shows you how jacked up that party was at that time. The whole party. And so, and I'm not trying to defend nothing that Joe did, but you have to also think about how he felt where your party went against you. Your whole party was like, bro, get out of here. Like, you can't do this, you owe, and you're gonna lose it for us. And so, like, you have to think about what that does to somebody that has been sitting in the seat for 4 years or 3 years and some change, and your whole party is telling you, nah, we good at the last minute. So I'm sure some of that is, just a male ego, all of the things, right? All of those things. I'm not defending him, but I also could understand how he was probably feeling portrayed by everybody.
So in the case, because it's Halloween and we're doing trick or treats, so was Joe tricking her or was he treating her?
I mean, it was a trick because he was tricked himself. It was a trick and a trick. That's what it sounded like. It was a trick on trick crime.
Tricking like a mother. Tricking. Joe might be tricking right now. Joe walking around, granddaddy. Okay, we ain't gonna fuck with Joe. We're gonna leave Joe over there.
Yeah, leave Joe. Joe been through a lot. Joe has lived a hard life, y'all. I don't think people realize it.
Yeah, Joe have lived a hard life. Okay, all right, here we go. This is another good one here. University of Miami football. We're going into SMU to play. You see the sun going down, the sun coming down on me right now. You see I'm in my backyard. I don't
see that. I see you in a blizzard in the middle of somewhere. That's what I see.
That? You see how chilling. I mean, I know when it gets it's about 68 here. It's beautiful. The sun is going down, as you can see it setting on my face, letting people know that we are really live right here. This ain't no AI shit going on here. They got the alligators in the back. They chilling back there waiting for me to feed them. You know what I'm saying? Some gator bait. Well, don't even play like that. But
don't. Please. Don't.
You don't come down anymore. And
I'm gonna come down there. We're gonna do a live show in your backyard. You ready?
That's good. And now I'm gonna get on the grill because I got I'm a chef. I can cook.
I heard about it. I ain't seen it. I'll let the people know.
You know how it is when you ain't just hanging out on here. You know how it is when you hang out on here. All your little boyfriends got to get in their feelings. I see you hanging out with Luke. I see you hanging out with that nasty man. You sure your mama gonna approve of you hanging out with Luke? And we're just fucking live here. Unbelievable. Haters. Hateration.
Are you finished?
I'm just saying that to all day. I'm saying that to all your little boyfriends. Don't hate, because me and D is on here. Just step up to the plate. Don't hate. Step up to the plate. Do what you got to do. Don't worry about this conversation. But in the meantime, worry about the conversation. Miami Hurricanes is going to Dallas. Dallas, Texas. I'm sorry, I'm not coming there. My agent said it wasn't enough money to do an after party, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a high price hoe. I can't just travel for a little bit of no, especially going to this airport. Going to the airport, they got to pay me a lot of fucking money going to the airport. I swear to God. If the government shut down, nope, you got to pay Luke a lot of money for that pain and suffering. But what you think about the University of Miami? You think they're going to go in there and snatch a win, or are we going to lose? And if we lose, then that means we're out of the playoff picture.
I think it might be closer than people think. But I think you guys pull it out. You had that tough loss. You get to bounce back, and I'm rooting for the Canes. Shout out to my girl C2. She'll be out there covering the Canes out there.
C2, we got to get C2 on here one day.
Absolutely.
I was Hurricane football. But yeah, man. Let me. I just think, I know, like you talk about Loxley and how he revamped his roster and having 60 some new players on the roster. Mario did it a little different. He recruited for the last 44 years, and he assembled a super dope ass roster. But I think he mismanages his roster. I don't think.
We had this conversation. Yeah.
I don't think he plays all these players. People are like finding out, I think he gets locked on to a certain amount of guys, and that's it. Like I take Malachi Tony, who's my friend, son, and I mean, good kid, know his mom, everybody, great. Malachi Tony is a beast, no question about it. But you cannot win in football with one guy. You could probably do that shit in basketball a little bit until you get to the playoffs, but you cannot win just throwing the ball to one guy all day with the same plays. I don't like the offensive coordinator. I think he's horrible. I think he sucks. I think he needs to be gone long time ago because he has no creativity. The guy didn't fucking rotate receivers last year, and now he's not rotating them this year. The fans got to lose their mind, and all of a sudden we rotating receivers, but it don't look natural. Like I'm putting packages. You know how it is, D. You cover football on all levels. You got a fast package. You got a tight end and 3 receivers. You got a downhill runner. You got a slasher. We can't even run the fucking ball. the offensive coordinator is having a conversation with the media talking about, and the media is like, yo, the fans just booed the fuck out of you because you're running the ball up the A gap and it's getting stopped. Why aren't you running on the edge? And he has had this big old conversation about testing their IQ of knowing how to coach when it's really him, which went viral around here, and everybody looking at him like, bro, you're stupid. So this is gonna be a really telltale.
Those Canes fans are passionate. Those Canes fans are passionate.
Oh yeah,
man.
we're animals. You know this guy right here? He's like one of your boyfriends. What's up,
Hi, Marlon. I don't know him personally, but hi, Marlon. Here you go.
Marlon, way to go, Marlon. Way to check in, Marlon. But I'm look, see, now let's go into what I don't think you want to talk about because you might get a little upset and a little offended. But
offended?
Looks like the Ravens are back in your division with your Steelers.
I told you that. I was like, look, the Ravens still can win in this division. They still listen, I don't have any type of delusion when it comes to the NFL. The Ravens.
What's your team, Pittsburgh?
My team is Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin. I am team Mike Tomlin.
You go to all the Steeler games. You go out in the cold. People go to D Love Sports. Go to our Twitter page. Go to our Instagram page. Go to our TikTok page. You will see Pittsburgh Steelers scarf around the neck, looking all jazzy. Her and her homegirl doing Pittsburgh Steelers TikTok dances. Pittsburgh Steelers this. Pittsburgh Steelers wardrobe. I know you got any little feelings after the draft, and so you on a, you know what I mean. You're a little slighted by the Steelers, but you are a diehard Steeler fan, and
I'm a Mike Tomlin loyalist.
You know you like the Ravens.
I was a Steelers loyalist at one point. And I have pivoted away from just pure fandom of a team. I'm always going to root for Mike Tomlin. With that being said, even when the Ravens were lost 3 in a row, again, like they played some of the top teams at the top of their schedule, and they have a bunch of division games left. And I said they could still win the division. No matter what, that hasn't went away. That opportunity is still there. And, I hope people enjoyed them being down while it lasted. I low-key felt sorry for them for a little bit, just being in there and seeing it be miserable, seeing tickets be $28 because Lamar not playing. I felt bad a little bit for them. But now that they've won 2 in a row, you can't tell them Ravens fans nothing. It's like they have risen from the dead. They are out of control, and they're back on this Super Bowl reign. But I told you it is Super Bowl or bust for the Ravens. If they do not make it to the Super Bowl,
they got that type of team.
They were supposed. We had this conversation before the season started. This team, they had everything, right? They got the running back, they got the wide receivers, they paid Rashad Bateman, they got Zay Flowers, they got Mark Andrews.
But Zay been hurt all year. Zay been hurt all year.
No, Zay hasn't been hurt all year. They've been playing. Zay's been there, yeah. Lamar, he got hurt, so that put a little damper on things. But on the defensive side, and they signed DeAndre Hopkins as another wide receiver, so they have offensive weapons, right? Then on the defensive side, you sign Jair Alexander, who has been a healthy scratch for the last 2 weeks. I don't know what that means. I guess they don't think he's that good. And they had everything. You had Roquan Swift. You signed Kyle Hamilton to this big deal. You have the veteran corner Marlon Humphrey. You're the team that's supposed to come out of the AFC and go to the Super Bowl on paper.
Yeah. And the rookie went and caught an interception last night.
Yeah, man. Tua will do that. Tua will do that.
Yeah, he'll serve it up. Well, I got to take Tua. I have to take Tua out the Tootsies. I got to get him.
Could you get him the Tootsies?
I got to get him off the Disney Channel and get him into, because Tua, I don't think Tua has really embraced Miami like that. I don't think he embraced the culture of Miami to understand how passionate we are. I got to get Tua to a football game. Tua needs to come to a high school game. He need to come out there, not in one of them little private schools. He need to feel the shit. That shit. And then he looking in the stands and be like, oh my God, these motherfuckers dead ass serious around here. That's what we need to. I'm gonna call up.
How did you go from Tootsies to a football game? Are you gonna take up to
Tootsies?
That's
first. You gotta go to the game and then we go to Tootsies after.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So speaking of trick or treat, here we go. We're gonna go down and list of these teams that's playing. Who will get tricked or who will get treated? 49ers versus the Giants. Drabo, you're gonna get your ass fired.
Yeah, that would be a treat. That would be a treat for me to watch the. I can't even say it properly. Yeah, that would be a trick. I've picked the Broncos to win that. Is it No, 49ers. I picked the 49ers.
The Giants.
I picked the 49ers to win that game.
Okay, so that'll be a treat for you. For them to beat Drabo.
49ers win.
Who snubbed?
I'm not a fan of Shanahan though either. Make it clear, but I will take Shanahan over Brian.
Shanahan, my guy. I fuck with Shanahan.
Yeah, cool. I'm not a complete hater, but I will take him over Brian Daboll.
Trick or treat, Falcons versus Patriots. Who's gonna get tricked and who's gonna get tricked?
If Michael Penix is playing, I think they have a better chance to win. But the fact that Bijan Robinson was not even present last week just disturbs me. So I'm going with the Patriots. They'll get the treat.
Okay, trick or treat. Chargers versus Titans. Who's going? Now I'm fucking with the Chargers.
That would be a whole trick if the Titans won. But it's a treat for the Chargers, and the Chargers are very much them in that division. Their division is going to be interesting.
Bears Bengals. Trick or treat.
I don't know what's going on. If Flacco is playing, the Bengals win. I don't know what his injury designation is like. If he's playing, I'll give it to the Bengals. But if not, I think I picked the Bears though, because I really want the Bears to win. Because I felt like they could have done better in Baltimore, but I don't know what was going on. They need a better kicker.
There go a good one. Coach Steelers. I'm sorry. Coach Mike Tomlin.
I got the Colts. Because if you see, have you seen the Steelers defense? Have you seen the Steelers defense lately? Whoa. They can't stop nothing. They got a problem. They got a problem in Pittsburgh with their defense. And
but Mike Tomlin has a problem with his defense.
Yeah,
really?
I mean, you've heard it over the last couple of years. A lot of people have said it. Guys have said it. It's predictable. And you get a guy. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is everything, but they haven't been able to stop the run. If you look on film and what they haven't been able to do, I feel like it's easy to exploit it. So,
all right, here we go again. Meanwhile, everybody, I'm talking to D-Love Sports.
Somebody looking for him in that helicopter.
Yeah, you hear the helicopter? I'm definitely live. It's no AI shit. The little helicopter ragged ass.
Somebody looking for him.
It need to be right. I don't know how he's still flying. He's supposed to have a real helicopter. That's a joke one. That's one of them banner helicopters. That's one of them helicopters that next Dolphin game, don't be surprised you see that shit flying something across. But I'm gonna just leave that part alone. Broncos and Texans. Who's gonna get tricked and who's gonna get tricked?
Pat Surtain is not there, and I think it'll be a treat for the Broncos if they could pull this out. I do love the Texans defense, but their offense has just not been consistent enough. So I'm going with the Broncos. If the Texans win, they got to put the points up on the board early because the Broncos like to come back at the end of the game. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos though.
Broncos with the trick. Vikings Lions.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions. JJ McCarthy is quarterbacking. That team got Carson Wentz killed last week, and so you're gonna have to pay the price for that. Karma is real, and you put that man out there, he ain't had no business being out there.
You already know Detroit football because Detroit basketball sucks. So I'm going with. I got one thing here. Let me just say this here, right? Before I get to the Sunday night game. I have love for Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Detroit has adopted me as a real Detroitian. I just want you to know that. Because they love me in Detroit. And I love Detroit back. Me and Detroit, we've been doing this for a long time. A long time. I just want you to know that. Now, Panthers versus Packers. That should be easy to pick.
Yeah, I'm going Packers.
Packers 5-1. Packers
5-1-1.
The Packers and the Colts, they're the hottest two teams in the NFL.
5-1-1. They got that tie on them, but yeah, the Packers are rolling.
Damn. It's gonna be a good one. I ain't going no more. That's gonna be a good one. That's definitely gonna be a good one. It's a lot of games.
You think it's gonna be competitive?
I think it's gonna be competitive. Sunday night game. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
I thought Sunday night when the Commanders in Seattle play. That's not Sunday night.
I thought that was Sunday. What was this? What was I looking at? Maybe I was looking at this wrong. I'm looking at Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday at 1 p.m. The Sunday night game is because I don't want to go through the Chiefs and the Bills.
Yeah, Seattle and
the Commanders. Why you not? You're like me. Why you're not like me? I'm not a Dolphin. That's my second team. I'm a Cowboy, even though I hate Jerry Jones. You like Mike Tomlin and Steelers. Why you? I mean, you got two teams over there. You got the Commanders.
I'm a 757 girl. I'm originally from the 757, so there's so many reasons why I'm rooting for Mike Tomlin. And my dad was a Steelers fan, so naturally that. And when we moved to Maryland, there were actually no Ravens here, so we've been here for a little minute. The Ravens came after we moved here, and most of my other side of the family, they're all Commanders fans. So, I'm good. I'm good where I'm at. I can't shake the Steeler allegations. Everybody still put the Steelers on me, even though I'm trying to be neutral, moving forward. But I can't shake it. My dad's still gonna talk Steelers to me. My uncle's still gonna talk Steelers to me. You're gonna still talk Steelers to me.
Yes, I am. We're all gonna talk Steelers.
I can't shake it. I can't shake it.
No, let me tell you. I think the NFL knows what it has been doing, because if you are a fan of a team, 9 times out of 10 you're a fan of a team from the time you were a kid. You took that team. So you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of that team being your team. Like me, I go all the way back to Bob Hayes and Drew Pearson, and I go back to Calvin Hill and Tony Dorsett. So they can get a new owner and an asshole like Jerry Jones, and I can say, yeah, I'm going to move on to the fucking Dolphins. I like Ross. Ross is good. I like what they're doing over there. But then I had so much hate for the Dolphins because I thought before Ross, they were a racist organization, the way they used to treat people and do shit over there. And so I really didn't fuck with them like that when back then. And so now it's like I wanted to get away and be a Dolphin fan, but I got so much history with the Cowboys. I'm not gonna take on them 20 years of not winning a fucking playoff game with the Dolphins. I don't want that. Because I would have to defend that. You would have to defend that. And so I understand where you're coming from. It's hard to defend something that you were not a part of, that you get ready to be a part of now. That has to be your team when you were a kid, and we are not kids anymore.
And for me, I don't know. I can't wait. Well, I can wait, but I can't wait for Mike Tomlin to leave because I really don't know as an adult the Steelers without Mike Tomlin, right? So I didn't grow up when my dad did, seeing all the things. You know, Coward was there when I was just understanding what football was, and he won and he left. So, you know, Mike Tomlin has just been there so long that I really don't know. So I'm like, I need him. I know when he goes, I'm going wherever he goes, even if he just goes to go, you know, play coach in his backyard.
Yeah,
I know that there's a level of loyalty to him because these fans, I could care less about a lot of these Steelers fans because they're just illogical and irrational. And so that has turned me off. But when Mike Tomlin goes, I think a lot of me goes with him. Like all of it goes with him. Yeah.
Hey, shit. Let me tell you like this here. When you're talking
and you
about
say that for a lot of teams because you ain't had a coach for 20 years at the same team, you know? It don't happen.
Yeah, you're right. When you're talking about the type of money that they're throwing out to coaches, like you 81 million for Lane Kiffin. Shouts out to Lane Kiffin, that's my good friend. Shit like that, and you're coaching in the league and you're making nowhere near that amount of money. You think some of these NFL coaches are thinking about college right now? Because you got Virginia Tech, you got LSU, you got Florida, you got Arkansas, you got some blue bread schools that's willing to pay millions and millions of dollars. You think some of these NFL coaches ain't thinking about, man, hold on, man, I go over there. Man, that'd be too easy for me to take my shit over there and get this bag. You don't think some of these coaches are thinking about that?
Of course, there's some NFL coaches thinking about it, but I don't think Mike Tomlin's probably one of them. You know, there's some guys that's on a short leash that's thinking about it. But yeah,
if Mike Tomlin, you know Mike, you've been around Mike. If Mike Tomlin get a call from the University of Florida and say, Mike, we're going to give you $13 million a year, and we're guaranteeing that motherfucker you're going to get $81 million to leave the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is Mike Tomlin staying?
I hear what you're saying. I hear the number sounds enticing, but I feel like the type of person he is, unless there is some type of agreement with him and the Rooneys to like, okay, you know, this is our last ride. It's been 20 years. Like it's time for change. I feel like those conversations will have to happen before Mike Tomlin considers something like that. You know, that everybody has to be ready to kind of move on. 20 years? Come on, 20 years. This man been there 20 years.
Hold on. Let me do it like this.
He is a Pennsylvania resident at this point. 20 years. He's been at the same job.
Like let me put it like this, because I see this is going on right now because they've been calling not Nick, not the agent, but they've been calling the wife. So if they call Mike Tomlin's wife and say, Miss Tomlin, we have $91 million for your husband, all guaranteed to come coach here at the University of LSU. And you're the wife. You are the wife. What are you saying? If somebody call your husband with 81 million and your husband getting 2 million and you're the wife, you don't do that. Don't look like that.
I think it depends. I think it depends. It's a lot of factors. It depends, but this is Mike Tomlin.
No, you're the wife. No.
You think they hiring for money? You think they hiring for money?
Mike Tomlin is not hurting for money. That's not the point.
Because
But
91
you can-
what will $91 million change? And it's life-changing money for a lot of people, right? But what do you think that doesn't change who they are? It will uproot them. They will be somewhere else. They will start over from what they built in Pennsylvania.
you think you're not answering the question.
I don't think they drop everything right now. I think he has to say, I'm done in Pittsburgh. Like they have to be at a complete crossword in Pittsburgh for him to do that. I don't see him just leaving that organization.
D, let me say this. I hear a lot of people say all the time.
I hope
it ain't about the money.
now, if it's me, that's different. But I don't know.
It ain't about the money. I hear people
You
say
asked
that.
me to do it. I'm out of here.
You
90 what? Even if we lost every game, 90 what is still coming to me. Let's go. Actually, leave the house. I don't care. We don't pack nothing. We out. I'm leaving. But Mike Tomlin, that's a different type of person.
I understand. But D, we're talking about $100 million. Almost. We're talking about $90 million to coach football. Okay? $100 million. I know a lot of people be saying, "Oh, is you hurting for?" He ain't hurting for no money. No, it's not hurting for money. But at the end of the day, Bill Gates, Paul Allen, all these boys, they ain't hurting for no money. But you think they stop? They stop? They're gonna stop getting money? Any opportunity that they find, they're trying to get all the money in the world. So I don't like that whole idea of, oh, you hurt for money to go get that bag. Man, Mike Tomlin, if they call you and say get that bag, if I'm you, I'm calling my agent.
Maybe next year. Next year, they call him next year. I think he'd be open to it.
So if they book Mike Tomlin, if they book him, then I'm gonna say, D, I'm gonna put it on you. I'm gonna be like, D, that was your fault.
A year from now, I'm with it. Like don't get me wrong. I'm speaking to the man that Mike Tomlin is. I'm not speaking to the person that I am.
What the man he is got to do with that?
Because I feel like he would run his course in Pittsburgh before he made that decision. And so with him signing the additional 3 years, as he's coming up on, I think he would he would make a change then. Once he's hit that 20 years in Pittsburgh, all right, it's time to go. I've done all I can here. Let's go get this money. I think that would be the point where he would break away. I'm not saying I agree with it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just speaking to who I believe Mike Tomlin is and the decision he would make. But next year, he gonna be listening a little bit harder. Okay. If they don't win a playoff game this year, he gonna be listening to them a little bit harder.
Okay, I'll take that. So what you gonna do for Halloween? Are you going out? Are you one of those persons celebrate this devil worshiping holiday?
I don't have a real costume. I'll have to find something. I'm sure I have something to wear in the house, but I'll go out, do something light, because we do have to go. I do have to get up and go to the Maryland game tomorrow, so nothing too crazy. But I am just interested in doing something low key this evening. So we'll see. I don't have legit plans yet, though.
Oh, okay. So you ain't. So you going? I don't know. I think I have a costume. I'm gonna get dressed up in.
What you gonna get dressed up as?
I'm gonna get dressed up in Luke, Uncle Luke.
Yeah. Okay. A Luke Records attire.
Hey, I'm gonna get dressed up in Uncle Luke. I'm gonna put my UM jacket on and my bandana and put that shit on. I'm gonna go to somebody's house party. I'm gonna go crash somebody's party.
That's sure. There's plenty of Baltimore people down there. They stayed after the game, so it's plenty of Baltimore people out there to party with too.
I know, right? Listen, I'm telling you, it would be like if you were down here, you could have just went with me. We'd have got on the golf cart and ride around the neighborhood, and you could have dressed up like. If I dressed up like Uncle Luke, then what would you have to dress up like?
That's what I'm trying to figure out where it's going.
Oh God! What would you have to dress up like?
I don't know.
My assistant.
I would have to, dress
Not
up as
one
a
of the dancers.
parental advisory sticker. That's what I would have to dress
Yeah,
up.
yeah. You would have put a whole
A parental advisory sticker.
Yeah,
That's what.
and then we'd have walked up and that's what I be doing. I do that every now and I'll go to a party, like I'll go to somebody's party and like crash the party, get on the microphone, start singing and shit. And people find I haven't did that lately. I don't think I did it after.
He is not Hugh Hefner, by the way. I ain't dressing up as no daggone bunny.
The people want you to dress up like a Playboy bunny. What people in the chat? What would you guys like D to dress up like? If she was going to a party with me and I was dressed up like Uncle Luke, what would y'all want D to dress up like? Oh, look at Marlon. Look at your friend. They want you to dress up like a dancer. Marlon, she's gonna be mad with you. We can't have. What would you?
Yeah.
There you go. No, we would have D dress up like Uncle Luke's assistant. No. All right.
No, she keep putting that little bunny, child.
Playboy bunny. Have you ever put one of those outfits on like that?
I did that. I think I was early college years. I was a bunny.
Somebody wants you to dress up like Jasmine Crockett.
I might could pull that off. I gotta go put some makeup on.
What?
Bad built butch body. I got to get the lingo together.
Y'all ain't doing good in the chat. Y'all sitting up here bullshitting in the chat. Tell me, so if I dressed up like a police officer, what would you all want D to dress up like?
Oh my gosh.
I was getting ready to say Jay-Z, but I know everybody was going to say Beyonce. So I just did not give y'all that one. I just want y'all to work.
Yeah.
But no, that's going to be good. Hey,
I'm wearing an orange jumpsuit, I guess.
An orange. No.
Not ice. Oh my gosh.
I didn't say I was going to dress up.
Somebody said ice. We're not doing that. That's terrible. Not these times.
I didn't say we're going to dress. If I was Puff Daddy, who would y'all want D to dress up like?
You know what? You know what? Go in the house. Go in the house. You outside. You ain't got no sense. Go in the house.
If I was dressed up like Travis Kelce, who would y'all want D to dress up like?
I low-key do dress like Taylor Swift. Low-key.
Oh, you be dressed like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing. J-Lo. See, thank you, people. J-Lo. They would want me to.
Yeah. Look at Glow. That's right. Be nice.
Glow got my back. Glow got my back.
Shouts out my girl Glow over there.
No didn't.
Don't say Taylor Swift. Yeah, you're right. No diddy. But no, it was great. It was a great show. Thank you for joining me.
For having me. As always. He is silly, y'all. He is silly.
Yes, I am crazy. I'm a little delirious. I do not get any, I can't afford any mental help. So I have to just treat myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have to treat myself. But no. It's going to be a great weekend. And since you're still on the governmental shutdown, anytime, D, that you want to fly down here, I'm paying for your ticket. And
all right, y'all heard it. Because when you see me down there next week, don't say that now.
I'm paying for a ticket and a hotel. God bless you in that airport, because I don't want no parts of that. I'm paying for your ticket and your hotel. You come down and enjoy a weekend on me, because I know that's something that you work real hard to do at your regular job. And so I would bless you to come down, hang out with us.
Let's do it. Figure it out.
And have some fun.
All right.
You leave your wallet in your room. But thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Hey, make sure you tell people where to find you at before you go.
D Love Sports. DEE Love Sports on every platform. Come check me out. I'll see y'all soon. Thank y'all for the love. I really appreciate it.
There it is. Peace. Hey, that's my girl, D Love Sports. I love her. She's beautiful, ain't she? She knows her shit. She knows her fucking sports. That girl knows her sports. for the life of me. I know she loves doing the podcasts and she loves, doing a social media thing. But that lady right there needs to be on Fox or ESPN or one of these national networks because she's beautiful and she knows her shit. She knows her sports. You know what I'm saying? She's a gem that I'm gonna hopefully one day be discovered, and we all could be. She's gonna be discovered. That's no question about it. She's gonna be on one of these national networks, and we're all gonna be able to say, "Hey, we have the content. We saw D on the Uncle Luke podcast, and we saw D on her podcasts, and all those things like that." But it's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed this. I mean, this was great. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it also. This was a fucking great show. And again, before I leave, it's time to do storytelling. You ready for storytelling? Here's storytelling today where Aaron Hall talks about one of my dancers he met.
Fat Joe, Method Man, like whoever you speak to, just ask them how I did it. I got out the limo, grabbed her hand, went upstairs and fucked her. When I saw her, she was dancing with Luke and them. I didn't know she was a puppy, you know what I mean? That's right. She was tall, she was big, blonde hair, bone with the black pant leather. I was like, I'm getting that. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows I couldn't even really speak then. I had a speech impediment. I don't stutter anymore. Mm-hmm. So I just went there and just grabbed her hand and went inside the hotel and gave it to her. My mother was Puerto Rican, from Ponce. So when I see anybody that's Spanish, I'm going to grab them. Okay. I ain't gonna ask if you holding the hand all loose and you holding a conversation with a nigga. Preach. I'm gonna take your bitch. She chose up already. Now she wanna go renegade, bitch.
So they do all these podcasts with these people. I had to play that because if you listen to the testimony of the great Aaron Hall, my good brother, because this dancing lady on these podcasts is talking about how, dancer, and went off with Aaron Hall, which that's fine. But don't put me in the mix. No. But I just had to play that. Storytelling. And the moral of this story is, I have dancers, Luke dancers, beautiful girls, absolute drop dead gorgeous. They do great jobs. They're very professional at what they do. My dancers are very, very professional. One would think that it's a traveling whorehouse. No, ain't no traveling whorehouse with Luke. Because the rules are if you go mess around with the artist, if they're performing, we all stay in the same hotel, then you're automatically fired. So we didn't have too many of that. There's always a lead dancer, and she's the dancer that hires and fires. She keeps the integrity of the group because everybody automatically thinks that you're a Luke dancer, you're some type of girl that wants to sleep around with everybody. So my girls never carried themselves like that. They never got out like that. Most of them had boyfriends at home, husbands at home, all that. They were dancers and they did their job. So that's why when people get on platforms and run around talking about, oh, Luke this, Luke that. Well, only one person. And I was a dancer with Luke, and this, no, implicate me into anything. No, sweetheart. Because my dancers, like LaToya, when they were trying to say some slick shit about, oh, Uncle Luke this, Uncle Luke that. No, a couple of my dancers posted pictures. Oh, no, baby, you were one of our dancers. You were one of the dancers, and I was the lead dancer. And I will tell everything that you were about. And that's why we evicted you from the group. Hello? And you wasn't here but a short period of time. So ain't nobody finna go tell no fucking stories about Because one thing about do not get high on his own supply. That's rule number one. That's hood rule number one. You don't get high on your own supply, and you do not make intercourse with the dancers. Do I look like fucking J-Lo? No. That's why I've been doing what I've been doing for so many years, and y'all never caught me up in no trick bag shit. Oh, yo, Luke, no. Because I'm very picky anyway. I'm very picky when it comes to women. The average person automatically thinks, Luke, Uncle Luke, he had the big booty girls. He started the big booty girls. They dropped it like it's hot on the video. He talking about, hey, wants pussy? Hey, face down, ass up, and all that. Me so horny and all that. Yeah, I made all them songs. No question about it. Had the girls on the album cover, all the girls in the videos and all that. Yeah. But the difference is, I like skinny ass women. I like bony, not bony. I like Coca-Cola shaped bottle women. And you have to be very highly educated. No disrespect to the dancers. I love my dancers. I love all dancers because most of my dancers, if you go look my dancers up right now, they're very successful women. The women who used to be dancing with me before. They're realtors. They're lawyers. These girls are nurses. These girls are doing big things. I got a damn one of my original dancers. Her son is arguably the best. Her grandson is arguably the best defensive back in the class of 2026. And we all stay in contact. We love each other. Those are my girls. I fuck with them. We are family. So when one go to try and talk about some shit because you trying to, I don't know what you trying to imply, then you affect the others. So I say that to say this, again, I go there, walk down the street, go to a certain place, look where them hoes at. No. You automatically think that that's what I like. I marry highly educated, highly sophisticated, all natural. I don't do BBLs. I don't do big ass. I don't do fake this. I don't do fake that. I'm okay with down dressing. I don't do I just can't do all that. It's not my thing. That's for somebody else. That's fine. And I'm very picky. I have to date you for 3 fucking months before I sleep with you. Because I want to know what you want. I ain't trying to be, this ain't public dick. No. I'll be proud of myself when I walk into a room and everybody can say, oh yeah, they've been with me. In this industry, I'm proud of myself when I walk into an industry event and I can't be looking around feeling some kind of way. I bring in a date with me to be feeling some kind of way because I done slept with half the girls in the room. No, I don't get out like that. It's total opposite of Uncle Luke. I'm Uncle Luke. Yeah, I'm gonna do all the music. I'm gonna do all the party. I'm gonna get that shit going and everything like that. I'm gonna do the show. We're gonna sing the songs and all that. But at the end of the day, what I bring to my house and what I sleep with is what I like. And I don't like what the average person thinks I like. And if you look at my track record, you will see the type of people I vibe with. I am not the guy to go in the strip club to have sex with the strippers. Wrong guy. Simple as that. And so that's a little bit about myself, but then I let people do what they got to do. Whatever gets their rocks off or however they like to do it, it's all beautiful. But at the same time, look, shouts out to the Luke store. Make sure y'all go to the Luke store and get yourself your Luke gear. You can see it strolling down to the bottom. Uncle Luke, LukeRecord.com, Luke Record, not with an S.com. Go there and you can purchase all your Luke gear and everything like that. We're going to have a big announcement next week. We're going to have a super big announcement because I'm going to be joined. I'm going to do a podcast with a legend in the music, television, sports industry. We're going to partner up and we're going to do a podcast. It's going to be the biggest shit ever. It's going to be the biggest podcast. It's going to be the most controversial podcast you can ever imagine. So I want y'all to stay tuned to that because it's going to be epic in all epic proportions. We're putting this shit together as we speak right now. It's going to be beautiful. Y'all going to love it because, goddamn it, please. Y'all, hey, look, no disrespect to no other podcast. Hey, look, we want everybody else to be successful. I know when we do come on, everybody's going to be hating, but that's understandable. Hate is real. And so, again, don't worry about it. It'll be all right. I'll see y'all on Monday. Monday, we'll do another live podcast. For the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. Don't bet too much money. Don't bet what you can't afford. Because I know betting is big right now. Don't bet what you can't afford, people. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy trick or treat tonight, Halloween, dress up, however you want to dress. If you don't like celebrating the holiday, then do whatever you got to do. But to the next time, may the good news be yours. Yours truly, Uncle Lou. You know I got that from Walter Cronkite, and I love it. And I keep his legacy going. Peace, love, and happiness.
Pull out the stick, come shoot that. Booty poke out like a book bag. Booty poke out like a book bag. Pull over ass too fast. Come we should go bring that Uncle Lou back.